Okay, so we're back, and this time we are diving into a listener review.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, it is of the Wicked movie.
Yeah.
This is a big one. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one, so thanks to the listener for sending this in. And they seemed really excited about it, especially about Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, as Elphaba
Right?
and Glinda.
Yeah, that casting was really hotly debated online
How was it?
beforehand. Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of back and forth, like, are they the right choices? Can they pull it off? Those are some big shoes to fill
Right.
from the stage production. So it's really interesting to see that this listener thought they absolutely nailed it.
Well, they did say they nailed it. What exactly did they say that really stood out?
Okay, let's see. So it sounds like they were blown away by the vocals, especially in those big numbers like Defying Gravity
of course, yeah.
and Popular. Yeah. They said Erivo just brought this power and rawness to Elphaba.
Which, I think that's what you want from Elphaba, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then Grande, she captured that bubbly, kind of charming essence of the Glinda. And, it's interesting because they're both such big stars in their own.
Yeah.
Right, but they still managed to make these roles, their own while staying true to the characters.
Now, I remember, years ago seeing this on stage and, just the spectacle of it all. The visuals were just incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's hard to imagine that translating to the big screen.
Right.
But you said the visuals in the movie were a feast for the eyes.
Well, that's what our reviewer said. And, the stage production, like you said, it's known for being just visually extravagant, right?
Yeah.
So the movie really had to live up to that. And it sounds like they did.
Yeah.
The reviewer specifically called out the production design, the costumes, the cinematography. I mean,
they went all out.
Talk about attention to detail. I'm really curious to see how they use all of that, not just to recreate the stage magic, but to actually enhance the story in a way that, only a movie can.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room here.
Okay.
The two-part movie.
Yeah, the big one.
You said you had kind of mixed feelings about this.
Yeah.
Appreciate the extra depth that it gives, but also questioning the length.
It's a bold choice, right? I mean, even before the movie came out, people were already talking about this, like debating it back and forth. And I get it.
Yeah.
On the one hand, Wicked, it is a really complex story.
Right.
It's got all this like history and nuance to it.
Yeah.
So giving it more space to breathe, that could be a good thing. It could let them really explore those characters and those themes more thoroughly. But then there's always that risk, right?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to stretch it out too thin? Is it going to lose its pacing?
Well, you did say the pacing felt good, so it sounds like they managed to avoid that. That's what they said. Yeah, and I'm glad to hear that because that was a big concern for me too.
But do you think that the two parts, added something valuable? Or did it feel like maybe a bit too much?
I think that's the question, isn't it? Like, is it worth it? It all comes down to how they use that extra time. If it actually gives us a deeper understanding of the story of the characters, then it could be great. But if it feels like filler, if it feels unnecessary, then it's a missed opportunity.
Okay, so beyond Elphaba and Glinda, in the two-part thing, you mentioned the supporting cast. We've got Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, yeah.
Bowen Yang, Michelle Ye.
Yeah, some big names.
Yeah, that sounds like a really...
I mean, talk about star power, right?
Yeah, it's not just...
It's not just the Elphaba and Glinda show. It sounds like they've got a really great cast, to really bring the whole world of Oz to life.
So you gave this an 8 out of 10, which is a pretty solid score.
Yeah, it sounds like they really enjoyed it. Overall, they had some questions about the two parts, but they still had a good experience.
So is this a must-see for fans of Wicked, even with the two parts?
I mean, you loved it. The critics seem to be liking it. I think if you're a fan of the show, the movie's definitely worth checking out. It's a new perspective on a story that we already love. What about you? What do you think? Did you see the movie? What did you think about it?
I'd love to hear from you. Did the movie make you appreciate Wicked even more? Or were you, maybe wishing they had left it all on the stage?
Good question.
Let us know.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
All right.
Yes.
That's it for this deep dive. See you next time.